Oh, bro, two things before I answer that. Holy, the One Piece fan base can be so toxic. They're like constantly like he's not actually watching it. He's just trying to latch on to our anime to milk us for our audience and blah blah.
Just noticed that recently I just been going through things in my head, and I was able to, turn to like anime, Death Note, Naruto, recently since I've been gone, and I just been able to, find happiness within that.
Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Nick. Now, as a lot of you know, anime is getting very big in the West. I mean, we got people like Tom Brady wearing a One Piece shirt. We would have never seen that at all in early 2010s. We also got people like Constitutes and Mr. Beast that are finally watching Naruto and also One Piece. They've been talking about it on Twitter. One of them even changed their profile picture to Luffy. An episode they have not watched yet. It's okay, Mr. Beast. I did the same thing. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be talking about it all in today's video. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I am a new anime fan. I just started watching anime back in 2024 when I was 19 years old. I'm 21 now. This has been almost 3 years. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, you're a new anime fan, you should be anime fan, you know anime costume, you know what you drink on. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I just like the shows of anime. I started off with Dragon Ball, which I mean, a lot of people have started off with Dragon Ball. Go to show. I just started off late. A lot of my friends, they was watching it when they was in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th grade. I started as a sophomore in college. Hey, I fell in love with it at a late age. But I understand why people want to gatekeep it, because a lot of people are doing cringy stuff, even though, anime used to be cringy back in 2010. I'm just saying, I thought it was cringe. But it's getting mega big in the West Coast. And it was already big here. Obviously, it had its own little cult here, but now it's getting more mainstream. And I want to talk about it in today's video. But before we start off today's video, I want to ask you guys in the comment section below, what is your favorite anime? And what's the anime that you would recommend for somebody in the comment section below? Let us all know in the comment section below. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the video. Alright, so I think we first got to talk about is the One Piece and Naruto agenda. Now, I want to start off with the One Piece agenda because a lot of people and content creators have been running and flooding the scene that One Piece is the greatest show ever, which it is. And that a lot of people are starting to do a lot of promo for One Piece. I mean, the Lakers had a whole Luffy campaign. The Dodgers had a Straw Hat baseball video. I even seen the other day that a college basketball team did the instrumentals to One Piece. So it's getting a lot of promo and a lot of people are starting to watch the show. And the ones who don't watch it, it's a thousand episodes, watch peak. But a lot of One Piece fans don't like this because they feel like their show is being bombarded with people who wasn't there day one. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we might have not been there for day one, but it is a peak show. A lot of people don't like this is because you got people like Mr. Beast, who we don't know Mr. Beast as an anime person. And out of nowhere, he changed his profile picture to Luffy, to an episode that he has not watched yet. A lot of fans did not like that. And Mr. Beast actually spoke upon it. And Mr. Beast actually spoke up on it on a stream.
There's it's a couple tweets about you saying, should I watch One Piece? Right?
Yeah.
Did you actually go and watch One Piece?
Yes. Oh, bro, two things before I answer that. Holy, the One Piece fan base can be so toxic. They're like constantly like he's not actually watching it. He's just trying to latch on to our anime to milk us for our audience and blah blah. Let me say something. And it probably is a negative for me to say this, but I've seen more anime than all you little anime clowns with your anime PFPs on Twitter out there. I have. Go dig through my Twitter. I've got Guardians of the Galactic Hero. I was tweeting about that back in 2019, 7 years ago. I've been tweeting about anime since before some of you motherfuckers were born. Okay, so first off, back off, call me a phony, trying to bandwagon on One Piece for attention. Y'all are crazy. I've watched all 700 episodes of Naruto. It's ridiculous.
As you see there, Mr. Beast discussing how he has watched more anime than probably a lot of people. But that's not even a big deal right now. Is that people think that people are milking their anime just because they watch it, and people cannot watch new shows that a lot of people are talking about. I think, in my perspective, if you're a One Piece fan, I'm a One Piece fan. I love One Piece. I just started watching it last year. I think it's one of the best shows of all time. You cannot be mad at somebody for watching the anime. They don't know nothing about it. They just want to watch it. They've seen people talk about it. And One Piece is getting a lot of promo right now. It's legit at an all-time high in promotion right now. You cannot be mad at people watching that. That also leads us to our other victim, Kai Cenat. Now, Kai Cenat, I can understand why people are mad at Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat been saying for years that he's watched anime. The same anime. He has spammed, he watched Death Note so many years.
I really like anime. Like you know what anime
like anime?
is? You know what anime
I
is?
don't know what anime is.
What's your favorite anime?
Death Note.
That's my favorite one.
Word?
L, like, you capping.
I literally, but I went to DreamCon, you know.
That man ain't never watched no Death Note. Once he won the Streamer of the Year award, he made a speech about how he was watching Naruto and how it helped with his mental health. And pretty good, just saying what he feel like. And he got so much hate for it, which he finally showed a different show besides Death Note. Cause he kept on saying he loved Death Note. Nigga ain't never watched no Death Note. He showed that he watched Naruto, and he actually showed like Instagram posts of him talking about the filler episodes of Naruto and showing that he liked it, and he still got hate for it. Because people do not want to see people actually watching their favorite anime show. But then they'll want the anime show to come back with bigger, higher budget. But then as soon as more people start watching it, more celebrities start watching it, a lot of people be mad about it. That don't make sense to me. But that just goes to show that people like stuff to be gatekeeped. And they do not want big celebrities to promote their show. The gatekeeping of the anime community. The anime community thinks it's back in 2010 where it was gatekeeping. A lot of people would do, weird stuff with anime. We had anime clubs back in middle school. We had the anime events, people would cosplay. We still have that now, but it's more mainstream. When people dress up as an anime character, they think that they're being a fake anime fan because they didn't do it back in 2010 or 2016 when everybody called them cringy for it. Look, in life, stuff grows and more people find an attraction to this stuff. I think if it was me personally and I was an anime fan back in 2016, 2017, yes, I'll get clowned off of. People be calling me all types of names. But now that I've seen it's grown so much, it's so big now, that I wouldn't be mad about it. I would actually be happy that I started a trend for once. A lot of these anime fans, they're mad that people did not acknowledge them, and I guess people bullied them back in the day, which I fully understand that. They're mad because nobody's getting bullied anymore. Nobody's getting shamed for watching anime, which I think as you all should be happy about. That doesn't happen anymore. New fans can watch anime and they don't have to be bullied for it, and they can enjoy these shows and enjoy the storytelling of these shows. Now, it's still gonna be some weird stuff in anime, We got the weird stuff that the Japanese draw. Of course, yeah, it's always gonna be there. I don't think that's a good thing. That stuff they be having in anime, that'd be some weird, that fan service stuff. The Japanese kind of weird for that. But in total, when it comes to storytelling in anime, or especially manga in general, we're going to talk about anime, we got to talk about the manga, or the original source of some of these animes. It's a good storytelling, and sometimes it inspires you a lot. I think when you look at a guy like Kasuna and says that Naruto's done for his mental health, I believe him. I mean, just a couple animes that I watched so far, Dragon Ball. Goku's told me never give up. Luffy, for instance, he told me to always follow my dreams no matter what. I'm watching My Hero Academia right now. Deku's telling me, what the fuck is Deku teaching me? Deku telling me no matter what people say about you, go continue to follow your dreams and go be destined for your dreams, because you never know what could happen in life. Go chase those dreams, chase those goals, chase that aspiration. These anime shows really do teach you certain aspects of life that you're not going to get from a Western TV show. And I understand why people love anime, because these storytellers of anime is way better than what they show us in American TV shows. West shows are not anime. Now we'll get anime fans grace on this. A lot of people be thinking Western shows are anime just because they're in animation. Now, you don't know how many times people have told me that Invincible is an anime. No, it's not. Invincible is a comic book series that turned into an animation. That is not the same as a manga that turned into an anime. I feel like the criteria for an anime is that if it had a Japanese mangaka, it follows the adaptation from the manga, and it's first produced or made in Japan. Can we all agree on that? If not, tell me in the comment section below if you don't agree with that. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the live action remakes of animes. Now, the main one I want to talk about is that a lot of anime fans do and don't like is how Netflix made a live action version of One Piece. A lot of people that I know who don't want to watch 1,000 episodes of One Piece, which I don't know why. It don't feel like 1,000 episodes. I took a break from One Piece right now. I'm watching more animes, but I got to episode 516 of One Piece right before the post time skip. I'm going to come back to it probably later this summer or later in the school year. But if you can watch 500 episodes, bro, it's a good story, bro. Watch it. But a lot of people watched the live action version of One Piece and they didn't watch the anime version. They actually like the live action version. But then I still know people who don't like the live action version of One Piece. They'll rather watch the anime version of One Piece, which I totally understand that. But I think that's the kind of make or break situation where people are like, they will fault people for watching the live action version of One Piece, and then they'll praise people who watch the anime version of One Piece. Even the ones who hate that celebrities watch One Piece, they'll rather them watch the anime over the live action One Piece, which I totally understand, because the live action One Piece is pretty much a Western version of One Piece. A lot of stuff not the same from the manga and anime. Usopp kissing Kaya, that ain't in the anime or in the manga. Yeah, that's some Western stuff. But you see stuff like that, and then you go like, okay, this is not the anime that I grew up watching. This is not the show that I grew up watching, or even the manga I, read. So a lot of people be like, I don't know about that. Me personally, I have not watched the live action version of One Piece, but if you do watch the live action One Piece, cool on you, congrats. I know a couple of my friends who watched the live action version of One Piece. But I understand the difference between that, and I can kind of side with the anime fellas a little bit on, you ain't a real One Piece fan if you ain't watched the anime. I'll give you that. I will give you that one, anime fans. That ain't anime. That's Hollywood Studios Netflix. But speaking of Netflix, I also want to talk about how Netflix is acquiring deals to become one of the more mainstream anime platforms. Now, they just signed a deal recently with a co-partnership deal with MAPPA to co-develop and produce and exclusively stream new original anime projects. Now, the thing with this is that a lot of anime shows are on Netflix. I've been watching One Piece on Netflix. I'm going to start watching on Crunchyroll because I know Netflix doesn't have every single arc. And I also been watching My Hero Academia on Netflix, which has been a good experience for me so far. I love that I can just click on Netflix and watch it. But a lot of anime fans, they don't like that because they're like, hey, Netflix is making this too Western for us. A lot more Western people who don't even know nothing about anime are just gonna watch our show and not know what anime is. And I understand that, but you wanna build the brand of anime more than what it is. And it's becoming mainstream. Like it or not, anime is becoming big. And I think it's a very good thing. And I think more people should be celebrating that. That we get to see as regular people these great stories and how these stories can inspire people and make people wanna watch it even more. I think gatekeeping it and having that in that exclusive bubble is just having anime be in a worse state. If we can expand anime, that's perfect for us, especially for business. I don't think animation studio just wants it to be streamed for Japanese fans and only exclusive people in the West. I think it wants to be big in Japan and also in the West. One, more money, more budget for their animation studios. We get higher quality, good soundtracks, good merchandise, video games. You get a lot more when your anime is producing a lot of money. But that's my take on anime is getting too popular. If you disagree with me in the comment section below, let's have a debate about it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna end off today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all later.